You deserve a flower patch that feels like a sanctuary. We all do. Today, I'll show you how I'm designing mine and how you can start shaping yours right where you're at. It's not about perfection, it's about the beauty that means something.
Hey you, I know this is the right way. You move me in the right way, and I'll be running to you. Hey you, I think we're in the right place.
This is where I'm going to be placing all the dahlias and some of the little flowers. I have 2 dahlias here, and then I have one that I'm going to place there. So the edge is going to start softening up for when I bring the other dahlias in here. One of the things that you may want to think of when designing your dahlia patch is that I want other flowers in it. So I did on the last video plant the allium, but I want some other flowers to give it scale and just create this cottagey soft feel to what you're looking at. I think also adding the different heights, so start very short on the top with a different sort of mounding plant or flower, and then something that has little spikes like the pink flower. Then you go into the short dahlias, which are absolutely beautiful and you shouldn't forget about. Don't forget about the dark leaf dahlias. They make the flowers stand out even more. They're absolutely stunning dahlias. Even if they're short, they're absolutely the most beautiful dahlias I think I've seen. When it comes to fertilizing your dahlia, I've always fertilized with an organic fertilizer. So I do Osmocote when I'm growing them indoors, but outside I put an organic fertilizer. Just make sure that it's not a fertilizer where it's super high in nitrogen, because you don't want a bunch of leaves and stems. You want the dahlia to start flowering, so be careful with that. These are all pretty root bound. Let's do the small dahlia. These are very short. This is so pretty. Wow, now that's root bound. This is really good soil here. She should be very happy. I know that my dahlias are going to be mostly peach colors and some pinks and some variations of maybe lavender. So if you see the dahlias that are short and the flowers I'm putting on the front that are very little, those have those colors sort of recalling what I'm going to have as the larger dahlias. You can see the past video, I have the names of all the little plants I added this year. I'll leave the label here. The hard part of our gardening is letting go. Sometimes you have to let go what was so beautiful just to make space for what you really need. I am in a super tiny garden that I have to make decisions. So if you need to, do like I do. I'm clearing my bed of alliums today, and they were stunning, but this next part of the garden is for something deeper. I love these, but I need to remove the alliums from this bed so I can plant the dahlias. But look how pretty are these. They're starting to go to seed, but I'm still gonna put them in a vase. I think it's gorgeous. Smells like onions. I'm gonna take them inside and get them in a vase. I'm gonna place them on this little jar. I need to get my dahlias out of here because I did not treat the soil and there's gnats. Look who's here. She thinks there's snacks that I'm bringing inside, right? Because I give her anything that bolts. She loves it. But it's not a snack. These are onions. This is so pretty, so purple. I moved the fern. I think I'm gonna place it right there. These alliums were beautiful in the spring. I mean, I waited for them for a really long time to see those amazing blooms, but now they're done, and if I'm being honest, they've been holding space I need for something that feels softer, more like me. I think sometimes we just leave things too long because they were once pretty. But beauty does shift, and I am ready to make this space mine again. I hate to say this because I spend quite a bit of money on soil. I wish I could create my own compost, but you need to have the right soil, enough compost for the flowers to really come out. If you don't have great soil, it's gonna be very difficult. I got this done. I did a thicker layer on this side. That side I did just a thin on the top layer because I had already put compost on that side. So I think it's plenty for it. The dahlias are doing so good. This method is great, but I need to get them out because the gnats are driving me crazy. And they're ready. So I have to see because I know you're like, it's not warm, but it feels really warm. It's humid. It's gonna rain tomorrow morning, so I don't know how far I get. We'll see. So even if I do a handful of them, it's some that I put down. So I'm gonna start with the taller ones first, which go on the back, and then work myself forward. That's the plan. Okay, let's go. So here's all the dahlias. I've been pinching them, so if you grow them indoors, definitely pinch them so that you get more dahlia. Here are the ones that Susa had eaten that I have on the lower side. Some of them did not get anything, so I'm pretty bummed because there's some of the ones that I like. I think that one is even new and I got nothing on it. But yeah, we'll get whatever we can. So let's get going on this side. Which am I gonna start with? The patch is ready, and the way that I'm doing is on the back. I'm gonna place the one that grow 48 inches or even taller than that. Some grow even to 5 feet. So those are the ones that I'm gonna put against the fence. That way it will be easy. I also will place some zinnias eventually next to them, some of the ones that grow really tall, and some cosmos that I have that also grow to 5 feet. So I'm gonna plant the dahlias starting on the back, and then I'm gonna work myself forward near the short dahlias. Okay, so I made a list of the different dahlias, what the heights are, and then I also made a list of the zinnias, asters, solution, lace flowers, so I know what's gonna go next to what. So I'm gonna start with the dahlias first, and then leave some space for some of the zinnias that go next to, because some zinnias are 30 to 40 inches, so pretty high. I'm gonna start with the pennyhill, which is 4 to 5 feet, and then go to like let's see, romantic mix, which is 32 to 40 inches, and yeah, Joey Winnie labyrinth 3 to 4 feet. Some of the zinnia ballerina and queen lime red or queen red lime zinnias that are pretty high. That's the first row on the back, or the last row, depending how you want to see it. But let's go ahead and dig those out. When you're creating a dahlia patch, you really want to get organized. I know the cottage looks like it's just natural and it came from the sky and it looks dreamy, but it does take a lot of planning. And when you're working with dahlias and other flowers, you really have to know the heights and how wide they grow so that you can have a dahlia patch that looks natural and beautiful and not chaotic. Do something that brings you a lot of peace and beauty into your life. Put the labels before, right when you plant them, because if you don't attach it to it, I would get confused. I put them on the ground and then either wears out or they move or something. I decided this year I'm gonna put them right on the dahlia, and that way I have them and I don't have to worry. And this is a garden pen. Use a garden pen because it's permanent. If you use a Sharpie or anything else, it'll just, with the rain and stuff, it comes right off. Let's get the labyrinth and you'll be able to see. There's the roots. They grow roots pretty good. And then cafe au lait roots. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Cafe au lait. I'm gonna go ahead and go get these in the ground because this is ginormous. I mean, this is crazy. Look at this. They grow so well in that bin. They have plenty of roots. So let's go put them in the ground. And go ahead and get this on here. Don't put it too tight because the stem may grow. Another thing you can do is you could clip and leave only 3. I could do that, or you can even break it and then put in rooting hormone and plant it if you want extra ones. I don't need any extra ones, but you can do that if you need some more. If you have found value so far, please subscribe and join the community. I plant my dahlias 4 to 6 inches from the surface. Don't plant them super deep. They don't need to be planted very deep. And I place them sideways. If they only have a little eye, then put the eye facing up so you can find the surface very easily and not struggle. I'm gonna put the stick. I do place my dahlias very close together, FYI. And I do like to make sure they have plenty of compost. Okay. Before you get going planting your dahlia, make sure that you have something to support it. I've used bamboo sticks and I've used the same sticks for years now. I keep reusing them and they support really well, but you want to place them before, because if not, you will puncture the dahlia and then that will be it for it. So make sure you do that first and it will make life a lot easier. I am getting a bit concerned because the weather is getting so hot, no clouds, and consistent sun could scorch the leaves. So I hopefully will get every single dahlia to survive. This is just the beginning, and the next time we will do a lot more in this patch with other flowers. And soon this patch will be filled with blooms I've grown and chosen with so much intention. So it is time to start dreaming. What will your flower patch feel like if you ever dream and made your dream come true? Follow a dream in the garden for your mind, body, and soul.